you want to introduce yourself, Matt, and tell us, at least help us recognize your voice?
Yes, I can do that. I am Matt, or Yabat Matt, Yabba P Matt, whatever. Matt's fine. Co-founder and CTO of Splinterlands, and have been obviously building the game since the beginning, doing a lot of the game design and game economy design and all that stuff, including for the upcoming Chaos Legion sale, pre-sale and set edition, which we will be talking about shortly. So very excited to kind of discuss that with everyone here and answer all your questions and get feedback.
I guess there's a difference in voice. It's coming out clearly on the recording piece, so that's good. But you guys might
whisper.
Yeah, you guys can right-click Matt and bring his volume down if you need to. Okay, so obviously the big thing today is Chaos Legion. Matt, do you kind of want to walk us through like high level anything just regarding like the setup,
Sure.
How we made the decision of how many packs, how we made vouchers, how we made airdrops, and the rough plan, the pre-sale. There's a lot of like high level things to go over. Do you want to kind of touch on some of the biggest the high points of that?
Yeah, we can definitely do that. So I mean, one thing is the main thing is the total amount of packs and the pricing. So I know some people will definitely be disappointed about the higher price point for the packs, but it's important to keep in mind that the price point for the packs affects the entire game economy. So for example, if the price point is too low, there could be situations where players could buy packs, burn the cards for dark energy crystals, and sell them on the market for a profit. And in that case, it literally puts a hard cap on the market price of dark energy crystals, and it just causes lots of the packs to be just bought and burned for no reason, which is just kind of bad for everyone in the entire economy. And in the past, that wasn't an issue, as the price of dark energy crystals was around 1,000 for $1. So having $2 packs and also the much smaller number of packs meant that there was plenty of room for dark energy crystal prices to go up, as we've seen. And we especially wanted to avoid a situation where we release a ton of new packs at the same price point and then causes an immediate crash in dark energy crystal prices, or even prevents them from going up if there's more demand in the future. So that was definitely one big consideration. And another thing to note is that with the reward cards, we did 20x the amount. So the limit for the old reward cards was 20 times lower than the one for the new reward cards, and we kind of based that on the fact that the game has grown by roughly 20x in just the past few months, really. So it's not even factoring in that much future growth. And for the Chaos Legion packs, rather than going 20x at the same price, we did 10x the amount of Untamed at double the price. So it has nothing to do, again, it's not like Splinterlands trying to say, hey, we just want more money from this. It's really taken into the account the entire game economy, trying to make sure there's going to be all these new cards coming onto the market, trying to make sure they have value, they don't negatively affect other areas of the economy, and also that it helps maintain value for older cards as much as possible. So that's where the pricing comes from. And I just look at it like, there's half the amount at double the price. So the ultimate value of cards should be similar for players. And then obviously, yeah, go ahead.
I just want to add something about growth here. So we 11x'd in August, and we have doubled in September. And we're still on track for at least another doubling by the end of the year. I mean, the growth here is absurd. We're trying to keep track with the growth because we want new players to be entering the game and have something to be able to enter, but we also don't want it to be like an infinite dilution of all the cards. And even with that, the plan is to sort of like limit this to some extent with how much you can actually enter in and the speed with which you can do that. Matt, are you messing with your mic?
So that's not me. I don't know. Is there someone else who's
Not muted.
who's unmuted? I think it might be Homestead Hacker. Yeah, he's muted now. Cool. So yeah, and another important thing, which is in bold in the post, but I'll highlight, is that during the pre-sale, there will be a 10% discount if you use Splinter Shard tokens to make the payment. So we really want to encourage people not only to stake Splinter Shards tokens, which I'll talk about next, and the whole voucher thing, but also if you have liquid Splinter Shards tokens in your account, you can use them to buy packs at a 10% discount to the $4 price point. And then also, if you buy bulk packs, there will be the typical discounts, or not discounts, but bonus packs that you'll get, which are listed in the document there. So there's a bunch of opportunities for players who can use SPS or can buy in bulk, to get discounts and bonuses and all that stuff, aside from all the pre-sale rewards, which we'll talk about. So the next thing I want to talk about is the voucher system, because obviously that's new and different, and there's been a ton of questions about it. So basically, we don't want to just throw out 1 million pre-sale packs and have them be sold out right away. I mean, obviously that does look good and exciting if stuff sells out quickly. But in general, we're kind of going to meter the sale of the packs over the course of the 30-day period for the pre-sale. And to be clear, during the pre-sale, the packs will not be able to be opened yet. So you're buying the packs before the cards are released or any kind of more information is available, and they'll be able to be opened at a later date when everything is released. But there's significant benefits to doing that. And the idea is that the more SPS tokens that you have staked as a percentage of the total that are staked, and if you click on your SPS balance in the game, you can see the total staked at the top. So it's around like 91 million right now. So 900,000 stake would be 1%, just as an easy example, roughly. And then you would get, in that case, you would get 1% of the voucher tokens that are given out each day. If you have 1% of the total SPS token stake. And you'll need 1 voucher token for every Chaos Legion pre-sale pack that you purchase. So if you want to purchase 20 packs, you'll need 20 voucher tokens. You won't need voucher tokens for the bonus packs. So if you buy 100 packs, you'll get 110, but you still only need 100 voucher tokens. And the coolest part, being cryptocurrency fungible token, is that if you're earning voucher tokens and you don't want to buy Chaos Legion packs, you can sell them or transfer them to other players who do want them. And similarly, if you don't have enough SPS stakes and you don't want to stake SPS for some reason, or you just want to get more vouchers, you can go buy them on the market from other people. It'll be at a minimum trading on Hive Engine, but we'd also like to see if we can get a BSC token available and a pancake swap pool or something for that as well. I'm not going to guarantee that, but we're going to try to do that. So basically the idea is there will be 1 million voucher tokens given out over the course of the 30-day pre-sale, and there will be, each of them can be used to purchase 1 pre-sale pack. And then it's one thing that's important to note is there'll probably be a lot of people who have some voucher tokens left over at the end of the pre-sale. We plan absolutely to keep using those voucher tokens into the future as a way to just keep metering out the sale of the Chaos Legion pack, so we're not just like flooded right away when the edition is released and things like that. And then we're just going to look for other ways, other kind of creative ways to use the voucher tokens in the game. Because as it mentions in the post, what a voucher token really is it's just it's a measurement of your SPS stake days. So the more voucher tokens you have, they map to Splinterlands shards tokens that are staked for a day. And obviously we want to encourage people to stake their SPS as much as possible. So this is like a great way to say, hey, you have these SPS stake days, and here's how you can use them and get benefits and things from them going forward. So if you have extra voucher tokens and the pre-sale ended, it's not like they're worthless all of a sudden. And we'll have a lot more details coming out as the pre-sale gets to the end of like future uses for the voucher token.
Yeah,
so hopefully that's a good high level.
Yeah, I'm super pleased with the voucher system. I mean, so first off, the voucher system was not likely to be used for all Chaos Legion packs, but certainly the early stage as we're starting to meter them out. And so, reserving some only for the people that are staking, I think is great, largely because the behavior that we want most is people staking SPS. And so we have to go incorporate staking into the game and into the match and into the system and platform, so that there's more and more reason to do that. And that's the objective, that's the plan. And hopefully that encourages you guys to do that. I mean, if you want to be able to buy Chaos Legion and get in on the pre-sale, and there's some pretty unique and cool things in the pre-sale, which hopefully inspires you to want to do that. That's where we should all be. That's what we should be fighting for. We should want people staking, and having this voucher system is basically a fungible, tradable way to go trade the amount of stake you have and how long you've been staking it. That's what all this stuff really represents. So pretty excited for that. Matt, do you want to talk about some of the rewards that are part of this?
Absolutely. Yeah, so the rewards are obviously the reason and the incentive for people to get in to Chaos Legion during the pre-sale before the packs can be opened, and get in early before all the information is available, and you get bonuses. So we kind of structured it similar to the Kickstarter campaigns we've done in the past, and we don't plan to do a Kickstarter. Instead, we're doing this pre-sale through our own website. And one thing I also want to mention that I saw a question about, a few questions about, is that the Chaos Legion packs in the pre-sale and going forward, you can purchase them with credits, dark energy crystals, and Splinter shard tokens. So pretty much any token in the game, you'll be able to use, purchase those. So as far as the rewards, let's see. I want to make sure I don't miss anything. So the first thing is, for the Chaos Legion set, we're planning to do a similar airdrop mechanic that we did for Untamed, where every time 1 million packs are sold, there will be another airdrop of a new card released, just like we did for Chaos Legion and the Asmare dice and all that. So everyone should be kind of familiar with that. But the coolest part about the airdrop system is that if you get, for each pack that you purchase in the first million, which is going to be the one sold during the pre-sale, you'll be automatically eligible for a chance to receive all of the airdrop cards for the remainder of the set. So, you buy some packs during the pre-sale, you don't have to do anything, and you'll just have chances to receive all of the airdrop cards until the set is completely sold out. Whereas if you buy, towards the end, you'll only have the chance of receiving the last, few airdrop cards. So it's, there's like lots of additional value to those early packs, just because each of them has chances of the airdrop cards. And in this case, the first airdrop card, which will be, after the pre-sale packs are sold out, is going to be a limited edition promo card, similar to the Chain Golem that we did for the Untamed edition in the Kickstarter. And the difference between the limited edition promo card airdrop and the other airdrops is that card is not going to be included in packs going forward. So typically when we do an airdrop of a new card, then also players can get that card in packs that are opened after the airdrop and going forward. So there'll be, additional ones of those cards produced over time. But here, it will only be available through the airdrop, and there will never be any more of those cards printed in the game ever. So the amount, the print limit of those cards, the promo card, will be much, much smaller than all the other cards in the set, including the new airdrop cards. So that's why, you know, there's even a increased incentive to get in during the pre-sale here. And so that covers the airdrops and the promo card. Let me see here. And then we have, oh, I should also talk about the promo card. Sorry, I'm kind of jumping around the post and trying to figure out, make sure I don't miss anything. So if you buy packs during the pre-sale, each pack will have a chance of receiving one of the promo cards in the airdrop. And each of those cards will have a 2% chance of being gold foil. But for each 50 packs that you purchase, you will be guaranteed to get at least one of the promo cards. And for each 1,000 packs purchased, you will be guaranteed to get a gold foil version of the promo card. And that's actually, you know, on purpose, a kind of good deal in the sense that on average, 1 out of 2,500 packs that are purchased would get a gold foil version of the promo card, just because there's a 2% chance of each pack receiving the promo card, and only 2% of those would be gold. So rather than having to buy 2,500 packs, if you buy 1,000 packs, for each 1,000 packs you purchase, you'll be guaranteed to get a gold foil limited edition promo card. So there's, you know, added incentive to do large numbers of packs, and it's not in a single transaction. So like it's 1,000 packs or 50 packs over the course of the entire pre-sale. So you could, you know, buy a few a day or whatever, and it's at the end, once the pre-sales end and it's time for the airdrop, then it will count the total number of packs purchased for each account. It will have to be within a single account, so you can't like combine accounts and things like that. So hopefully that's clear. And then there's additional bonuses for players who are buying large numbers of packs. So the first is for people who purchase 1,000 or more packs during the pre-sale. Each account that does that will receive the Legionnaire in-game title NFT for each 1,000 packs purchased. And then similar to the Kickstarters, the top 6 accounts with the most packs purchased during the pre-sale will be able to work with us to design their own legendary summoner card, which will be added to the set as one of the airdrops. Again, just like we did with the Untamed edition. So if you want to kind of make yourself immortalized within Splinterlands, you know, you can try to be one of the top 6 accounts for purchasing packs. And we will try to include some type of leaderboard so you can see, you know, who's at the top and see how many packs are needed to get there in the user interface of the website. Is there anything I missed there?
No, I'm now thinking that the next thing to talk about is kind of the 2-league format. You want to walk through that a bit? Wild and modern.
Yeah. Yeah, so this is something we talked about on lots of AMAs for a long time, but never like formally published and released. But so this should be something that's familiar to anyone who's played similar trading card games, Magic the Gathering, Hearthstone, that type of thing. You know, at some point it just gets to be so many cards in the game that the game introduces what's called a modern format, where only the newer cards are able to be used in battles. And then similarly, there's a wild format for players who want to use any card in the battles. So we are, with the release of Chaos Legion, we are going to split up the ranked battles into 2 separate ladders. So you can choose whether you want to play in the wild format, where any card in the game is allowed, or in the modern format, where only the newer cards are allowed. And the newer cards that will be allowed in modern format are the easiest way to tell is anything with the Untamed or the new Chaos Legion card frame. So if it looks like an Untamed or a Chaos Legion card, it will be allowed in the modern format. And if it doesn't, then it will be only allowed in the wild format. But just to be clear, the new cards, Chaos Legion and Untamed, will still also be allowed in the wild format. Wild will allow any cards in the whole game. And those separate ranked ladders will have their own separate leaderboards, their own separate season end prizes, like for being at the top of the leaderboard, and their own separate pools of dark energy crystals and hopefully in the near future SPF for winning ranked battles. So, you know, if you can and are able to play in both formats, you know, you can potentially double your rewards every day or every season. So it's just a great net increase of rewards to the player base. And the whole idea of splitting it out is just so new players who come in don't have to have the option of not competing with everyone who has the older alpha, beta,
Hold on.
and promo cards, that are almost
Now there's a lot
unattainable.
of reverb. Hold on.
All right, take a break.
Is there? Help me look for somebody that might not be muted. I just see Matt.
I would go through the whole, like, kind of just count really quick the list just to see how many people were in there, and it'd be like 30. Now, obviously, there's way too many to manually count. Jarvy's not muted.
I think it was.
Let's see. Coming from him, but
Jarvie is not muted. I wonder why Jarvie isn't muted. All right, maybe that's a little better now. No, I can still hear this. Hold on. Well, I'm gonna go. I'll mute, and you can go. Keep talking about the 2-format system. Give me 1 second.
Okay. I guess let me know if this doesn't sound good. But I was kind of at the end of discussing the ranked play format. So just real quick recap. Rank will be split into 2 separate ladders with 2 separate reward pools. So basically, the reward pool will be doubled. Wild format, where any card in the game, including the new cards, can be used, and a modern format, which will only allow cards that have the frame of the Untamed edition or the Chaos Legion edition to be used. And then, obviously, going forward into the future, the new set is released after Chaos Legion for set. Then Untamed will rotate out of modern format, and the new set will be added in addition to Chaos Legion down the road. And then I should also mention that we note in the post. So for all players, once Chaos Legion is released, the starter cards that you'll be able to use by default will switch to the Untamed edition and the Chaos Legion edition. So you won't be able to use beta starter cards. So if you want to play in the wild format, you're going to need to have some actual cards from that format, and there will be no starter. Well, if you want to use the beta cards, I mean, in the wild format, you can also use the Untamed and Chaos Legion cards. So I think that should cover everything for that. You want to get the questions?
Yeah, I'm sorry for some of the technical difficulties. We're getting a bunch of feedback, and I'm still trying to figure that out. Yeah, I think the main thing is that we've done a lot of work to make sure that this is a system that tries to help at every single part of this economy and ecosystem. We want it to work for the players that have been here. We want it to work for the new players that have come. We want it to work for people that hold old cards. We want it to work for people that hold new cards. And we want to be able to welcome many, many new players to the game and continue participating. So, we've done a lot of work to make that happen, and hopefully that's the experience that folks will have with this.
Yep, absolutely. Let me know if you want to do questions or what you want to do now.
Yeah, give me 1 second. I'm still hearing reverb. Maybe turn off sound or something. I'm recording. All right. Sorry for some of the technical difficulties. Doing the best we can. The thing that I thought would work didn't. Okay. Other parts of the white paper that we want to go over. Did we miss anything?
Oh, sorry, forgot I muted. Yeah, I don't know. We can just talk more generally about the card design goals and things real quick, which should be pretty much the same as they have always been, in the past for Untamed and things like that. But our goal is we always want to be adding new cards into the game. We want there to be cards that are easily accessible at reasonable prices for new players. While also doing as much as possible to make the older cards be scarce and still have utility and still, be very valuable. So a lot of this is a balancing act between both of those two things. So with new cards, we want them to be good cards in the game. We don't want them to be worse than the old cards, and we also don't want them to be better. So we try to add a lot of unique abilities and different things, so they're more, complementary to the cards. And if you really want to be, at the top of your leagues, or increase your earnings to the highest potential, especially in the wild format, you'll want to get the new cards and the old cards. But similarly, we want these new core sets like Alpha, Beta, Untamed, and Chaos Legion. The idea is that those sets kind of have everything you need to play. So unlike the smaller sets like the Essence Orbs and the Asmodee dice that are sort of like auxiliary cards that are really great to have in certain situations, the main sets, if new players come in and they're only buying Chaos Legion, they should have sufficient cards to play and do well in the game. So that's a key goal of ours. And then, as always, we're going to do our best to balance the cards appropriately. But we always just want to make it clear to the player base that if there is a clear situation where cards have a serious problem, we will make the necessary adjustments. And our hope is also that in the near future, that will start transitioning to the SPS proposal system, where players can actually propose a vote on adjustments to cards, rather than us just deciding. And then I also wanted to mention that rather than adjust the stats of cards, our kind of philosophy is more to try to release new cards or new abilities or things into the game that kind of help restore the balance from overpowered cards. So existing cards stay the same as much as possible, but new things are added into the game which help counter them in certain situations, or whatever's needed to kind of bring things back into balance. So that's just our, we've been pretty clear and consistent on that since the beginning, but just want to reiterate it here for anyone who doesn't remember or is new.
Yeah, so I'm super excited. I just feel like this is going to be a great way to welcome new players into the game, and it's going to be a great way to get people being able to buy packs again. They are slightly more expensive. We apologize for that. We still think it's a very inexpensive project to get into. We have tried to preserve the scarcity of the cards while also allowing for new players to come in. That's a super challenging balance to maintain. We have the two formats, and largely we're trying to keep, especially with the price increase in the cards, we're trying to make it so that it's less expensive to be able to participate in the game. So, with the wild format, it's very helpful to have cards from all of these editions, and that can be super expensive. By having the modern format, you're really just limited to the one, and that's hopefully that's helpful to you guys. And as you're thinking about well, how does that affect price or whatever? If you are staking SPS, you get your free airdrops. One thing to consider with that though is that we have something like 415,000 accounts that have purchased the spell book. So you're presumably fighting against some 400,000 other players for these. And the pre-sale is only going to have 1 million packs in it. So, on average, it's going to be something like 2 or 3 packs per player, just based off of that ratio. So, we know a lot of people are going to want more than that, but hopefully those guys are, you got to plan for what you want, and it's going to be a little bit competitive around here. I know that there are some groups that are forming and teams that are forming and people that are coming together to be able to buy at the highest limits so that they can go get the best discount, and that stuff is all encouraged. But just keep in mind that as much as you're not the only one that's excited for this, and normally I try to do that as some kind of FOMO, and I'm like, well, please push and shove. Now looking at the math and just seeing how many people are excited for that. I want to urge a little bit of calm, and like chances are you're not going to get as many packs as you want, and try to limit some of your expectations because there's a lot of people that are trying to come in for this. Um, so we'll see how it goes. Please be patient. Do your best to get what makes sense for you, and but the pre-sale is relatively small. There's not that many packs, and there's hundreds of thousands of people here, and so a little bit less push and shove, and a little bit more like, my goodness, let's try to remain a little bit calm here. Um, okay. Any other parts of Chaos Legion that we want to discuss?
I don't know. I think I only have like 20-ish more minutes. So if you want to get the questions, that's fine. Can you send me the link to the question document, by the way?
Yeah, let me put it into chat. So next, I don't know. Do you want to go give any kind of status on servers um, or anything like that? I guess Dave is
Yeah.
asking a good question. When does the voucher drop system start? And then also, um, I don't know, just a general system update of where we're at for servers and systems and functionality
Yeah.
of the
The
game.
voucher the voucher drops will start the day that the Chaos Legion pre-sale starts, which I think is scheduled for the 18th of October, so in a few weeks. And so that as soon as it's released, the first drop of vouchers will be available, so players can immediately claim their first day of vouchers and buy packs for that day. And then each day going forward, likely around the same time as the daily SPS snapshot, you'll be able to claim your new vouchers for that day and buy more packs if you want. And then
Awesome.
yeah, as far as servers and scaling, that's still our absolute top priority. We are still working on bringing new people on board. We have some new really top-notch developers and kind of development team leaders like that recently started or are coming on. Some might even be lurking in this AMA right now. And their kind of sole focus is just making sure things run smoothly. And some of the recent issues that we've had within the game is also like we're working on pushing out changes, as quickly as possible to keep things running smoothly. And sometimes those changes can, negatively affect other areas until we look and fix that stuff. So the recent issues with the transaction not found errors and things were just as a result of some kind of scaling back end changes that were pushed out that broke some things. So it's gonna still be a little while we work through all the issues and get everything kind of running smoothly. But I'm much more confident now that we have some more really good people who are much better than I am looking at this. And obviously my hope is that everything kind of gets running smoothly and we can go back to primarily focusing on new features as soon as possible.
Yeah, I mean, I'm really happy with some of the guys that we hired. I think that we're gonna need to bring them on so you guys can talk to them and hear their voice and hear their excitement and hear their background. Matt has done an absolutely exceptional job getting us to this point. There's very few people on this planet that have accomplished what we have, and it really is a testament to just how good Matt is. But obviously, having one Matt and 400,000 people is not a good ratio, and some of the revenue that we've put in that we've able to receive is now being dedicated to really ramping up hiring. What we'd love to do is just hire 50 devs, but that doesn't scale either. We have to have senior level people that can review their code, review their plan, review the projects, make sure things don't break and be able to respond. And Matt just can't do all the things he's doing, develop the game, and also have like 50 people that are all interacting with him. So, it's going a little bit slower than what we'd want, but that's part of the nature of this because we're really only exclusively hiring the absolute best people we can find, and they really have to be like super senior level at this point. So finding folks is a challenge. All right, so that's some of that. Any other big topic you wanna talk through? Oh, if Richard's here, let's have him say hi. Is he on the call?
Yeah, if you want to unmute and say hi to everybody, go ahead. Oh, he says he can't. One sec.
He's. I'm looking for him right now. There's so many people in the chat. It's hard to. I got him. All right. Unmute. Hard point.
Can you guys? There? Hey, can you hear me? Okay. How's the audio?
Yeah, it's coming through
You're
clear.
sounding good.
Hey, do you
Hey
wanna,
guys.
introduce yourself and tell us a little bit about who you are, what you're going to do here, what you've been doing here, and I don't know. Look, Matt and I are just thrilled you're here. So why don't you help explain to the guys why they should be as stoked as we are?
Well, I think my excitement may exceed everybody else's because this is a dream opportunity for me. I'm Richard, or Hardpoint, and we talked to Matt about 2 weeks ago, almost 2 weeks ago, and we started this ride. And I kind of came out of the blue for me, but we got introed from a good friend of ours. And I would say the rest is history, but I've been working around the clock since then. And to kind of organize things, I really, when Matt and Agri were talking to me, what they really wanted to get into the organization was come in, help organize everything, get everything flowing, get everything streamlined, get it all scaling, get the game back to be where players can just focus on the game and not worrying about whether you're having error messages pop up or you're having slowness when you're trying to do battles or the market's slow or you're having issues with your transactions. So, well, that's one of the things that we're working internally right now on is getting all that flowing. We have a lot of staff that's already here that Matt and Agrod have developed up over the years, and I'm just going to be adding some glue and organization to it. And I'm a developer myself. I'm actually a gamer too first, so I've been gaming for 20, 30 years. Ever since I was a kid. So this is actually a thrill to be working on a gaming project. I actually come out of corporate land, and I've been doing a lot of high volume, high scale stuff with for the last 10 years. So this is coming in and looking at where the game state is, where we've grown from 10,000 to 300,000, and we're going to do that in the next couple of months. These numbers don't scare me, which is good for you guys. I've dealt with much, much higher volume, and it's just going to be a matter of time before everything just straightens out and smooths out. And hopefully this will be in the past, and in a couple months, you guys won't even know we're really here, but we're just moving really fast. One of the other things that we're going to do too on the development side is be able to deliver product while we're straightening everything out. And that's one of the goals that I really want to work with Matt and Agrod on, is not letting the team get consumed which solely on scalability issues, but also being able to get the newest expansion stuff out to you guys. I know there's a lot of features that have been requested and that are in the hopper, and there's a lot of ideas that people keep kicking our way to just improve the overall experience across the board. And so my goal, which you guys should be excited about, is it's not just about fighting fires. It's about building a great product that we all love to play and have a great time at exactly the same time as we're putting those fires out. So the one request I'd have to the community is just show some love to the support staff that are trying to answer your guys' questions. And you know that it's going to be a bumpy ride in the next couple of months. I'm not full-time yet, and that'll happen in the next couple of weeks. But once I'm full, I've already been nighttime full-time, but I've not been daytime full-time. So but we're going to be putting in some really cool technology back in the back end, and we're going to be taking the absolutely brilliant models that Matt has put in, and we're going to be just putting some gas on top of it and putting some nitro in it and really like making it so that the battle queue is flying and you guys aren't having those kind of issues. there's a lot of stuff I think that I have ideas that I'm going to be kicking around with Mac and Aggro that I think the community will really be excited about. I have some cool ideas about how we can really get the talent that we have in the community into the game and to fuel this game and move it faster. But you'll be hearing more about that as me and Aggro and Matt talk more in the future. So I hope that's a little intro. We'll probably talk more about these things in the future, but I just want to say it's a great opportunity, and I feel absolutely thrilled to be here, thrilled to be serving the community, and really excited about the game as well as a gamer. So I'm out here playing the game and trying to code at the same time, which is exciting. And I bought my first pack, which was awesome, and got some SPS staked this last week. And I'll tell you, getting that SPS staked was what a pain it was, and I'm hoping we can figure out some ways to allow people to get some fiat into SPS, because I think it could really increase the overall market value, being able to flow the money into the system faster. But like I said, I'm excited. Thank you guys for having me and trusting me with building this organization.
So here's a softball question. You know, you've put your hand into the code and kind of read through this a little bit, and we've had some problems here and there. Do you look at that and say, wow, we're screwed, we're never going to be able to scale this, it's all broken and nothing will work and it'll be like that forever? Or do you see these problems as sort of manageable, fixable, just need some time and skill, and it's all kind of like a solvable problem?
I'll say that it's actually, I look at all of it and I go, wow, it's amazing what Matt has built single-handedly with some help. And I look at it as there's so much opportunity for improvement that's short reach in the next couple of months. And it's going to be amazing. You just got to be a little bit patient. We in software development, the one thing that everybody, if you aren't dealing with that, is that when you write code, you write it for what you know. You don't write it for what you don't know. And I think Matt was kind of Aggro, you guys were surprised when all of a sudden everything went crazy, and the code worked really well then. But when we scaled, all of a sudden it put strain on a lot of places. We are staring at those places, and I'm seeing tons of easy wins across the board with a little bit of effort. One of the things that we're going to be doing, like you said, Aggro, is scaling the team up. And that's going to be a step-in process. We're going to get some senior people on board. We've already hired at least one, and we'll probably be talking about the team a little bit more in the future. But we're going to get a couple on, get them up to speed, and then once they're up to speed, then that allows us to hire even more, because then we have more people that can distribute the knowledge. So what we're doing is basically we're doing a cloning process, and we're cloning Matt out. And your guys are going to really see that impact over the next 3 to 6 months.
All right. Well, Hardpoint, thanks for being here. And I don't just mean the AMA. I mean, I'm so thrilled to have you on board. One of the things that impressed me, I've been doing developer projects and working with developers for going on 4 years now, which is not an entire lifetime, an entire career. I guess I was doing some in my ed tech days. And, developers are not always the most communicative people. Hardpoint is like a massive exception to that, and has been able to not only like really get up to speed on Hive and our ecosystem here and into the game, but then also communicate and help shape our corporate culture and communications and all of that, all simultaneously, all in a really short time. I couldn't be more impressed. This guy's awesome, and that's the kind of caliber of team that we're building. Like literally, like the best people we can find, and Hardpoint is absolutely in that category. So I guess I'm saying be a little patient with us. The little glitches and stuff along the way. We're hiring the right people to make sure that we can take care of it and get our feature development done. We're going to scale this baby, and we're still very much at the beginning of this. So that's what I wanted to share for that. Matt's going to go in the last, he's got about another 9 minutes or so, and then I think what I'll do, I'm going to skip the pre-listed questions, and I think I'm just going to go slam through as many user questions here, and then maybe if those end, I'll go skip to the pre-asked questions because I know that things are a little bit wonky now that we have a Chaos Legion in here. Is Nate in here, or um, is he part of this right now? I'm sorry, it takes a second to scroll through all this to find folks. Yeah, I don't think Nate's here this morning. Yeah, I was gonna go looking for some eye candy in case anybody wanted to see it. I don't think he's here. What about Waffles Kitty? She's on the West Coast, so I don't think she's gonna be here. Because we have Digicon tomorrow. That's something that everybody should come participate in. Oh, she is here. Waffles Kitty is here. Waffles, do you have a mic? Can you say hi to the people? Here's Waffles Kitty. I'm unmuting you.
Hello, can
Hey,
you guys hear me?
Do you want to go talk a little bit about Digicon, just for the for this part of the broadcast, and then we'll go from there.
Sure. Okay, so as you guys know, Digicon is happening tomorrow, 11 a.m. Pacific, 2 p.m. Eastern, and you guys can do the math from there because it is too early for me. So it'll be 3 hours, and I've been hyping it a bunch on Twitter. So if you guys haven't seen it, follow at Digicon on Twitter. I'll put that link in the chat. And we've got a lot of really cool stuff going on, you guys. Like, we have the NFT auction, we have a ton of giveaways at the swag booth, and I think we have maybe like 10 new sponsors, excuse me, that joined us. So there's a lot of really exciting things over there for you guys. I have a scavenger hunt, I have like NFT giveaways, and lots of really awesome stuff to hand out.
Awesome. I didn't see a link hit the AMA channel.
I'm gonna put the link in. I'm just scrolling.
Okay.
I didn't forget you guys.
All right. For that, we'll do an everything announcement tomorrow. And Digicon is our event to try to help gather as many of our friends around. Yeah, I have to go get Waffles access to Splinter Talk so she can go mint a bunch of NFTs over there. So that's going to happen. Okay.
Yes, and oh, sorry, one more thing. For the scavenger hunt that I have planned for you guys, you will need to be on Twitter. So it would be a good idea to follow us on Twitter and get yourself a profile so you can participate.
Sweet. All right, thank you, Waffles Kitty. So we're excited. These are big times for us. We got Chaos Legion coming out. We got Digicon coming over. We are hiring new people. We're trying to grow this game. We freaking 11x'd in August. We doubled in September, and we're gonna at this pace we're gonna hit 1 million spellbook owners by the end of the year. Now, I can't guarantee that pace will hold, but I can tell you, holy crap, this thing is just growing every single day, a massive amount, and it's exciting stuff, and there's just lots and lots of opportunities and partnership opportunities. There's starting to get some celebrities to contact us, so there'll be some funky things about that. Okay. Matt, we got 5 minutes left. Anything else you want to add here? And then if not, then I'm just going to go bang through player questions for the next hour.
Yeah, no, I mean, I was trying to, while you guys were talking, answer some questions in the chat to try to get some like quick things in that people were asking. But yeah, I do have to go in about 5 minutes and get back to work. But yeah, I don't know, like Hardpoint said, obviously the server scalability is the #1 priority, but we also want to make it so that we can have people working on that at the same time while we're still developing new features, because obviously over the past few months, like, new feature development was pretty much on total hold and things got delayed as our small team had to focus on the scalability issues. But going forward, the goal is to focus on the scalability issues and still do development in parallel, so we can, obviously get Chaos Legion out, and then get all the SPS stuff out that was in the white paper, and then most importantly, get the land expansion going and back on track, because we are still like super excited about that, and it just really I'm very disappointed that that's gotten delayed so much with all these other things. But hopefully, as we're bringing in a lot of new people, not only can we work on that in parallel with servers updates and scalability, but it'll also go faster just because we'll have more people just focusing on that. So it's been a rough ride, to say the least. But ultimately, I think we're going to look back on this time period in the future and kind of laugh and joke about it, because things are looking just really amazing for this whole organization and the ecosystem, over the next year or so and beyond.
Okay, well, that's what we got. Thank you, Matt, for being here. Thanks for Waffles Kitties for coming on. I have a list of questions. I know that a lot of this is going to be SPS based, so SPS and Chaos Legion, and kind of this is like a meta changing thing that we're doing. So I'm going to break my normal format, and we're just going to go straight up with questions. So this is now full blown AMA time. If you please do not repeat questions. Like, I'm just going to go through them. Don't ask me price questions. I can't answer that unless it's like published what it is. And otherwise, we're going to, if you're going to write a question, then put question at the beginning. And for the love of God, keep your chatter down, because it's so hard to do this. Okay, on your marks, get set, go. All right, when is the next mini pack series going to be? The next mini pack series is going to follow after Chaos Legion is actually out there and in the wild. So yeah, we have Rift Watchers coming. It's another set that's kind of like Dice or Orbs that's coming, but it's after Chaos Legion gets out there. Revolution Cafe says bots are getting out of control. When do you guys implement some capture to keep the game human? We're not going to do that. Bots are okay. We're going to do everything we can to make sure that there's not exploits in the economy. There probably are some, mostly around infinite rewards for just paying the summer spellbook fee once. That's probably broken, so we're going to have to fix that. Do you have any news on how you plan to deal with the no stake bots, i.e. bots not owning anything, just farming the daily quest? I do have some ideas about that, but today is really a bit more about Chaos Legion. Once Chaos Legion settles down and the community gets their head around vouchers and everything else, then we can start talking about what are plans for how we're going to deal with the no stake bots. Question, land release anytime soon? Yeah, we're working on like the development, like the coding development of land has really been stalled because of all the scaling, but the content creation for land has not. And in my experience, the content creation is 80% of the problem, and the development is really just 20% of the problem. And normally what we try to do is get all of the content created, have it sitting on a shelf, hand it over to the developers and say, here's everything you need to create this. So, the land, we actually started getting more and more ambitious with what we're doing. It's not just like, here's 14 pieces of land, it's here's 14 pieces of land with 7 different layers. Here's all these buildings have different layers, and they have different levels as you're moving them up. So, as we started thinking, Matt and I used the stick of, we really want to just make this as cool as possible. How do we make it as cool as possible? That's what we're going to do. That's what we've done. And we had some scope creep. So, yes, the land is being delayed, but it's not at that developer stage anyways, because we're still really at the content stage just because of scope creep. So we'll see what that goes. Is it possible to get Maverick status from buying Chaos Legion packs? Yes, 100% yes. I do think we're going to move it up to 1,000 packs from 500 packs. Do vouchers count to airdrops? Do vouchers count to airdrop points? No, that's not planned, but you will get airdropped vouchers. All right, question. When is the next AMA? The next AMA will be 2 p.m. a week from today. Any word on collaborating with Call and Cub DeFi pools? SPS Cub would benefit both parties. We like Cub, we like pools. We don't really want to see tons of different SPS pools or things that dilute what we're doing. Maybe if we start the business itself doesn't have some massive supply of SPS, But if, for say, there was some giant sale that somehow contributed lots of SPS to the business, it is foreseeable and potential that we use said SPS to go build giant DeFi pools. Not a guarantee, but that is something that we look at. Why are you locking the pre-sale exclusively to whales and bot farmers? We're not exclusively locking the whales to bot farmers. We are making it so that the people that do the behavior that we want most have access, and that's stake SPS. And everybody can stake SPS. It's not just the whales. It's not just any one thing. You know, that there's a distribution, and there's lots of people that own this stuff, and there's lots of people that will receive it, and it's all fungible, so you can buy and sell. And if you want it, then you can go figure out how to get it, because it'll be tradable and fungible. ECR for the new format and wild are separate. I don't actually know at this point. I think we're leaning that way, but you know, until the white paper comes out specifically explaining that, and really not until Manser has coded it, we're not going to be able to tell you for certain what that is. You guys talked about encouraging and forming groups to buy packs. So I'd like to suggest that you are able to buy via a guild, and that way one person doesn't sit with potentially thousands of dollars of other person's money. It would still mostly work like that, but yeah, you know, your guild is a great place to come together and be like, hey, I'm going to buy 50 packs. I'm going to buy 100 packs. Why don't we all work together? We'll go get 1,000 packs, and collectively we'll all get the discount. And hopefully, you know, you're doing that through people that you trust. You know, the packs will be fungible too. So that's something to consider. You know, like as soon as you get them, you can start moving them around. Yeah, Splinterlands does support bots. I mean, we're not like trying to encourage them, but we also aren't trying to stop them. You know, it's like, yeah, I don't know. To me, it's something like you see, you go to the beach and there's some sign that's like no birds, and then there's a bird sitting on the sign. It's like, you know, you can have as much like, you can say whatever you want. There's no bots, and you can put up a sign, but it doesn't work. They just get more and more sophisticated. So rather than just trying to like ban bots and ban human accounts that we might think are bots and all that other stuff, like what we want to do is design the economy so that it doesn't matter, as long as you have the poker equivalent of a chip and a chair, which in this case is like a key and some cards. As long as you have a key and some cards, you're allowed to play. We just want to make sure that there's not advantages to being a bot. Have we done that perfectly yet? No, I still think that there's one or two exploits. And over time, we'll fix them, and we'll fix them the hard way, because that's the way that we all have nice things. What's the use of staking SPS long term? Well, you get to do things like buy Chaos Legion packs that nobody else can buy, because you're the only one that has the vouchers that enable you to do it. Or you just sell the vouchers, and you know you now have like some kind of income stream, both for staking the SPS to get more SPS, but then also the SPS you have staked is now creating vouchers, and that's money. What about end of season loot chest? Will it be the same as last season? Yes, I believe so. What is the Splinterlands relationship with Hive, if any? Well, we're built on top of Hive, and there you go. What will happen to SPS used to buy Chaos Legion packs? You know, it's a business decision. You know, that's revenue to the business. And that's, you know, we need that money to go hire devs and build teams and do all this other stuff. I think part of what we need to go do is I'd like to see a lot of that go into like liquidity pools and stuff like that. When Binance listing, you know, we talked to a lot of the big exchanges. Honestly, I know you guys are dying for us to push that as hard as we can, but I need you to know I personally haven't been pushing as hard for that as I possibly could, in part because like the second that we do that, there's likely to be a big run on, you know, SPS. It's going to drive a lot of people here. Our servers aren't quite done with all their wonkiness. You know, Richard and the new guys need a little bit more time to get their hands in there and make it cleaner. And so like, yes, I at some point, you know, the big exchanges are going to list us. They're all wanting to. I get freaking messages all the time by these littler exchanges. And, you know, I think once we really have like, hey, here's the announcement. We've hit 1 million paying customers, 1 million spellbook owners. These guys are going to be begging us to be listed and be on there and to facilitate that. But I just don't want to do that until I know. I don't want to be down for weeks on end. That's a terrible experience. So let's be a little patient. But I'm also not in charge of when Binance lists anything. So if you have that question, we're not the people to direct that to. Go talk to your representative at Binance. Question: will you please consider the following additions? Separate capture rate for each type of play. That's a potential. Allowing pre-sale purchase with staked SPS or some utility to unstake for rapid purchase. No. Bonus for playing with promo set. Now that Dice is sold out, similar to the beta set and Untamed or Plan. I think the promo cards already have like a bonus to earning DEC. So I think that's already in there. Ability to transfer staked SPS between accounts without unstaking. Yeah, that's a thought. We're not currently doing that. And then somehow that whole question moved. All right. Reduced set of just common beta phantom cards at level 1 for wild play. That's changing in the market. Filter stuff. Yeah. We'll get filter stuff in there eventually. If bots ever get to not okay spot, will the Splinterlands devs step in? Yeah, I mean, any part of the economy where we like a lot of laissez-faire and you like just let markets do markets. We're going to set rules and then the markets do markets. But if there are exploits, that's when we capture it. The staked pool stays at 90 million. You will need 90 SPS for each voucher. That's a funny way to think of that. Yeah, that's good. How stressed do you feel before an AMA? Oh, so thanks for making this game so amazing, and to see your team grow is amazing. All right, I get, I'm not that stressed before the AMAs. Every now and then guys just start yelling at me, and that's frustrating. But like we're growing so much that that's what keeps me up late at night. Is just like I get all these new partnerships, all these new plans, all these new people, and as we grow, more people keep coming to me. Like I said before, as we keep approaching higher and higher numbers, the conversations are really moving from millionaires contacting me to billionaires contacting me, and that's been pretty wild. So, things are going to keep moving, and we're going to keep growing, and with some luck, we're going to be able to go stay with it. For the Chaos Legion presale, will the bonus packs only apply for single purchases, or can you make several purchases over the course of a month and have the bonus packs apply to the sum total? No, it'll be like the normal sale. You have to buy, if you buy 100 individual cards, you don't just get like Airdrop 10. You have to buy 100 packs to go get your plus 10%. Question: how many of those 1 million expected spell books by the end of the year are bots? I don't have a good answer for that. I've heard anywhere from 15%, maybe 30%. I know some other games are like 85%, 90% bots. So yes, bots are a part of it. Yes, they go and leech some rewards. But by the way, if you ever want to go buy an inexpensive reward card, many humans aren't going to sit there all day and list 3-cent common cards for you. So like your ability to earn or like buy inexpensive things is directly tied to the fact that there are bot armies that farm low-level rewards. It's currently broken. I agree that it's broken. It's a priority to fix, but honestly, just keeping the servers running is still a higher priority. So I think that exploit's going to live for a little bit, but we certainly know that it's there, and it's our intention to go squash it. The DEC reward will increase if the server were split to 2. Yes, the DEC reward is set to double. We are going to replicate the DEC reward system for the wild and the modern format. So it's not like we're going to take the system, cut it in half, and then do it that way. We said, no, this entire new system is going to be additive for DEC. So there will be twice as much DEC going out in reward pools for each side of the two formats. Will the new formats be implemented at the same time as the pre-sale or after it? Right after it. It's really at the launch. The new formats happen at the launch, which is hopefully, again, no promises here, but the plan is to go have it be, the pre-sale starts October 17th, so sometime around November 17th, like the week of November 17th, we're hoping to go live with our 2-format system, and that's when, and Chaos Legion should be openable around then too. Has a snapshot been taken for the pre-sale of Chaos Legion? I don't know what you mean by that. How do we get the password for the Digicon event? The Digicon event is password protected up until the moment that it actually starts. And then at that point, there is no password protection. So it's just I don't know, that's like a funky, weird thing that GamerJive does. So there's no password required. It's just you have to wait until the event opens. Do you have any plan to change the mechanic for power per league? Not in the older leagues, not in the wild format, but definitely because the power is changing for the Chaos Legion, we will change the collection power requirements per league for the modern format. Won't having 2 season rewards make the new rewards cards go out of print faster? There's some potential for that, and we'll have to deal with that as we go. Question, do you have plans to include Chaos Legion packs on the daily quest rewards? Yeah, that's in the it might be in this thing. It maybe was in the previous one, but yeah, something like you're going to get your rewards chests, and in the rewards chests, I think it's a 1% chance that it can be a Chaos Legion pack. So yeah, there's definitely going to be some packs that players can earn. Question, 2 combat formats, will they each have an individual ECR pool? This hasn't been fully decided. That's really one of the best questions out there. I'm somewhat inclined to make it 2 pools and reduce the number of games that you're expected to play in either or both of them. But that's still under review and not decided. So I really don't know. And anything that I say or anything that Matt says is really to be determined up until the white paper's out. And then when the white paper's out, we're like, okay, this is what we're doing. Will there be an option to sell potions in the future? No, there will not be. Potions are really meant to be an incentive to go open packs. So, you know, we're intentionally not making those fungible. We want you to go open packs with them. That's what that's there for. Any chance to consider length of time SPS has been staked when giving out vouchers? You know, we've done that in other stuff. You know, as the system evolves, that's a great plan and a great idea. But it's not going to be in the initial implementation because we just have to get this stuff written and done and out there. And that's a kind of complexity that is cool and is awesome, but we're not adding complexity at this point because there's already so much to do and we're already so far behind. Okay, what else we got here? Next AMA, that's good. Can I still become an SPS Oracle? Yes, but we're not, the Oracle system isn't launched yet. Gala Games has a really cool Oracle system, and so we're talking to them about maybe what that might look like, and maybe partnering with them, but that's still to be determined. We love those guys. They're amazing. All right, what is your message to the Splinterlands Filipino community? You guys are awesome. Thanks for being here. Keep coming. Keep renting cards, building decks, communicate with each other, do your strategies. I mean, I freaking love, you know, I love all of our communities, but the Filipino community seems like really tight-knit and able to grow rapidly and share information rapidly. It's like a really connected community, and I think that's super cool to watch. Will you add packs to the in-game peer-to-peer marketplace? That is an intention. I can't tell you that it's absolutely going to happen or when it'll happen. That's another one of those ideas that's great. And, you know, even great ideas don't make the cut right now. And that's just because we're resource constrained while you guys are growing our game. And we're like doubling per month, you know, until I onboard like 50 more devs. I can't tell you that all this stuff is going to get done. You know, I'll get it done tomorrow. There's none of that because it's like, you know, we're running around trying not to explode as humans. Do you have any plan to change the mechanic for power per league? I answered that. Yes, we do. Can you address your thoughts on either changing the default for bots having access to new player sets prior to battle or eliminating it altogether? I love you, Matt. You were both legends. Thanks, Gank. I don't really understand the question here. Changing the default for bots having access to new player sets. I mean, look, we're gonna. Oh, I see. Yeah, okay, I get this. You want it? Yeah. There's some stupid service that got formed where they're yeah. I understand all this. I'll talk to Matt about it. I agree with this. It's more complicated, but we'll deal with it later. When will the next update for Roadmap 2022 and what's the quarter of 2022 SPS will be listed on exchange like Binance, Kraken, and CoinDesk? Well, CoinDesk is not an exchange, so I don't think it'll be listed on CoinDesk. But that's not really your question. Next update for the roadmap of 2022. Let us get through. We know that we have to get updates out, but we really need to go make sure that the damn servers are working. And until like we have a clear, like an all clear sign from the devs saying, hey, DevOps is finally in a good spot, it's really hard to predict anything. I could give you numbers, but then you're just going to yell at me of like, why didn't you meet any of those numbers? And I can say, because we told you we've been working on scaling. So we're hiring the people to go help us scale, and then they're going to hire teams, and we're going to do, Cryptomancer is doing a beast of a job getting new features rolled out, but we need like 10 more Cryptomancers to go help us, and hopefully he'll be able to go manage all those folks and do some good stuff. Okay, what else? If you guys want to put a question, please write question at the front of it. When will there be major upgrades to the gaming graphics? That's in progress right now. I mean, that's part of the content team that we're doing. First off, just the card art itself in Chaos Legion is freaking gorgeous. And if you don't like it, then you have no taste. I don't know what else to tell you. The cards look absolutely gorgeous. So, but that said, they're still flat two-dimensional cards. We're really trying to work on getting animation into all this, and hopefully we'll find some partners that can help us do that faster than what we can do just by ourselves. Question, do we need vouchers after the pre-sale? Yes, you're going to need vouchers after the pre-sale. Vouchers are really like, it's a method for measuring and trading how long you've been staking SPS. That's the highest value thing I think people can do, and what we're going to encourage for the rest of all time. So vouchers aren't going to go anywhere. I see lots of plans for that, and I'm excited to continue doing that. So yes, you'll need it for the first million. You'll probably need it for a couple million thereafter. At some point, we'll open up Chaos Legion so that you don't need vouchers, just because we want it so that everybody can come in. But and that's it's going to be more than 50%. It's just going to be open to everybody, but I can't tell you the exact amount yet. Business conditions are changing so freaking rapidly, it's hard to keep track. Will holding DEC ever get another reward over just airdrop points? I don't know. That's not planned currently. What is the best process for Americans to get SPS into the game? Specifically, go to Coinbase, get some, I don't know, I guess BNB, and go do BNB swap pools. That's probably the fastest. But we're working on ways to go. We're not going to do fiat to crypto because that's a whole nightmare. But we'll go work with third-party companies that do that full time and go use their system. And so when we do that, we'll integrate it into the site. It'll have KYC, and it's going to be the pain in the butt that everybody knows it to be. But we're going to try to facilitate that and work with partners that make it easy to go integrate with what we're doing. Oh, good. This setting will be going away. I'm making a code change so that this is always effectively turned on. Thank you, Manser. That's great. Why did the airdrop points fall 400 million since yesterday, and what is the expectation of this going forward? Airdrop points are going to be something that's market driven. Either somebody is buying or selling. It looks like people are buying a lot. We've seen what's the volume of this candle? So it's, $300,000 worth of SBS. Looks like it was mostly purchased just during this conversation, mostly. So people are excited about what we're doing, and so there's that. So I can't tell you it's market driven. It's because there's more selling than buying. Is there a possibility that the battle mode will be in 3D? I don't know, full 3D. Nate calls it 2.5D. We're looking at stuff. What other questions? Would you please fix the power limit walls in the leagues? That's not super specific, so I don't know how to answer that. We'll continue monitoring and changing things as we go. There are some people sitting in lower leagues, and it's behavior that we don't really like. So, I think it's something like we're going to have to go cap. Yes, you can rank up and your rank points can go sky high, but the amount you can earn is going to be capped at leagues. So your rank will be 5,000, but because you're only in bronze, you're going to be capped at 2,000s for the reward calculation. So you can still get up in the ranks and you can still beat all your buddies and you can be number one and you can flex on everybody because they're a bunch of chumps, but you can't have like gold level cards sit in bronze and earns like you're in gold anymore. I think that's more of an exploit. So it's not totally breaking the game. It's something that we want to address. We know that the players that are like really in bronze don't like the bigger accounts just hanging out there. So it's something that I think we're going to fix. But that's, you know, there's a couple different parts of this that we need to get to first, and that's getting there. Our SPS added in tribal decks DEC SPS pool eligible for voucher airdrop. I think it's just the stuff that's staked in game. So, like that negatively impacts me, but yeah, the SPS added in game. Any future plans to improve SPS buying? Yeah, we're going to work with third-party guys. Has a snapshot for pre-sale been taken? What snapshot are you thinking of there? I'm a fan of Yu-Gi-Oh! Watching them with 3D battle mode is awesome. Do you plan to convert the 2D battle into 3D battle mode? I wish someone will answer me. I think I did answer you. Yeah, I mean, we want to get more animation into this, and we want more game modes, and we want all this stuff, and we're working on it, and, you know, we're going to try to find some partners that can help us crank this stuff out faster, and we'll see how that goes. We know the players, like, it's so awesome. You guys are like, give us more, we like this, give us more, and that's, you know, it's a great sign that we built something awesome. Will any method of SPS burning be implemented in the future? I can't promise a yes. I'm a huge fan of burning. Just burn all the things. So, you know, if I have my druthers, there will be a mix of paying SPS to the company to make sure that we have the resources that we need, but also burning it just so that, you know, we continue to have goodwill in the community. That's super important to me. Question, won't separate ECRs mainly help bots? Plenty of humans don't have enough time to use the one current ECR. Yeah, that's why I'm a fan of reducing the overall amount of games we expect people to play, but then having two if we do it that way. So Biz, I think it's a fair question, but we'll see. Just bought 200 SPS. Good for you, Photon. It seems like you and all your friends are doing that right now. You're doing great. Please don't be like Crypto Blades. I will try not to be. Try to keep your chit chat in AMA. You guys are. I'm at 172 messages left. I'm doing my best to stay up with this thing. Question: will you start putting your sponsored tournaments on Twitch, YouTube to generate more views for the game? Yeah, I'm clearly having some kind of like tech issues right now, so I gotta go fix the tech issues. But that's the whole reason why we do them. Like the For My Amusement tournament, that's entirely about generating like an esports like feel, and that's what we're working on. Does Chaos Legion have full art normal cards and full art gold foil cards? I don't know what you mean by full art. That's not like a normal term, so you'll have to go explain that later. Will you make bonus packs for when you buy over 1,000 cards, more free cards when you buy 2, 5, or 10K? Yes, but then there's going to be limits, and the limit is 20%. So, you know, in the past, we've done 10% if you buy 100, 15% if you buy 500, and we're going up to 20% if you buy 1,000 or more. So we're not discounting cards above, or we're not providing bonus above 20%. It just is what it is. Okay, so question, have you and Yaba planned your last goodbyes for your significant others post Chaos Legion release? Sounds like you won't be able to breathe for another 6 months. Yeah, Matt will tell you he hasn't breathed in 3 years. I'm probably about the same. You know, eat, sleep, Splinterlands, repeat. That's what the boys need us to do. All right, I think you said in the past that, but can you reiterate if you guys are happy to have other sides build third-party gameplay for Splinterlands cards? Generally, yes. You know, you should probably check in with Matt on. I'm like the loosiest goosiest guy around the intellectual property here. I think the benefits outweigh the obnoxious parts. You know, I'd love to see 8 million things happening and players doing all kinds of things. Matt's a lot more conservative with it, so. I don't know, probably don't bug us in the next month about it, but generally speaking, you know, there's licenses and things that we do to go facilitate third-party stuff coming with Splinterlands anything. Do you have separated ACR for each format? So that's still being decided. Why double the price of packs for less valuable power and cards? You know, that's a really good question, and it's a really complicated thing. I'm not sure that I can describe all of that. You know, we kind of hand waved over it in the post. It's just, you know, given where the DEC economy is, the biggest problem is that if I just release $2 packs with the exact same amount of DEC in them, people will buy packs, burn every card, and then go buy packs again and burn every card and do that until they drive DEC into the ground. And, you know, over time, I think it's likely that DEC is going to come back to the suggested value or the accepted value in the game, but I don't know that for certain. And we're not here to force that to happen. That would be pretty bad for the game. So, you know, these are all balances when we're looking at what is the current economy to make it so that, you know, that would honestly, it would be great for the game. Like for us, for like the corporation, I would love to go keep it at $2 and just pound the price of DEC to the ground. You guys would buy every single pack that we have and do it in like half a second. But we don't try to do what is solely best for the corporation. We try to do what's best for all the guys and for the community. So we raised the price, we lowered the collection power, we increased the number of packs, but we didn't do it excessively. This is like a kind of range of compromises that we made. All right, what else do we have here? Are you worried that playing all these SPS staking voucher games and buying packs will cause a whole game to fail? No, not in the slightest. Question, will collection power work for both formats, or is it separate that you need to have a collection power for modern format? Yeah, I mean, not all of that has been decided, but you're probably going to need collection power in both. But keep in mind that we're modifying the collection power that you get with Chaos Legion, so we're going to modify the League collection power. I guess he's saying there will just be one collection power that will apply to both formats, but I think let's talk about that. All right, so what else do we have here? Question, can we use potions in the Chaos Legion packs? Yes, you can. Question, do you have plans to integrate a tournament bracket system inside the Splinterlands environment to have events hosted from Zen Sports to have all the details in game on time? You know, as there's third-party sites for this, Lewis, so I think it's awesome and I would love to do that, but I just can't make it one of the priorities. Making the cards 3D, it's probably closer to 2.5D, and that's one of the things that we're working on, more animation to make the game just look cooler. But that stuff takes a lot of time. I mean, just the artwork is 80% of the development, and if we're going to add animation on top of the artwork, you know, the like artwork will then become 20% of the development. 80% of the development will just be the animation. It was something like it's 5 hours for like 4 seconds of animation. So don't have huge expectations of how quickly this stuff all gets animated, because it's not a fast process. Will older counts count toward modern League power? I don't think so, but Cryptomancer's disagreeing with that, so clearly we're not all aligned. We haven't figured out all of this yet. Can you implement a stack exchange style enhancement request form where users can mark what is a priority to them until SPS voting is implemented? Also a defect section. You know, there's product suggestions. I don't think I'm not ready to go add another tool to all the different things that we're doing. Maybe that's something that Richard will implement, and he can go kind of track those kind of user requests the way that he wants. For now, like just doing stuff in Discord is acceptable to us. To whoever bought $5,000 of SPS, you're the real MVP. Well, yeah, I mean, there's been $331,000 in today's candle. This is a 4-hour candle. So in the last 4 hours, we've seen $331,000, and it's a big green candle, so mostly purchasing. All right, what else do we have here? Question, voucher still required for the public sale? Yes, for the pre-sale. What sort of devs are you looking for? Ridiculously experienced and ridiculously like gifted across lots of different areas, and they have to be super senior. And then after that, we can go try to like backfill all these other roles that are a little bit less demanding than that once we have the senior people that are just killing it. When does the SPS start by battle earning? That's coming. I don't have an exact date. It's going to be after Chaos Legion because that's our next highest priority. Do you plan to create a mini game like an adventure? Yeah, we'd like to see you're sort of like scrolling through the universe and fighting. Where's the best place to apply for job openings on the Splinterlands team? Yeah, let's see. Right now, the main people that we're hiring are just the super senior level devs. So if you're a super senior level dev, like VP level and have experience at enterprise level, you can contact me. Maybe there's some artists and animators that we'd be interested in, UX and UI developers or like graphics type folks. You guys can contact me and I can route you to the right people. Will you release more dice? They won't be dice. The next set is going to be called Rift Watchers, and yes, we will release another mini pack. What titles can we expect to be obtainable over the next 6 months? Only the one. It's the Legionnaire. Question: if you play both Wild and Modern ranked battles, would it be possible to get 2 season-end rewards? That's still getting decided. That's a potential. That's one way we might do it. I don't know yet. Until the white paper's out, there's no promises. Buying new packs with SPS, where would the SPS go? To the treasury or to be burnt? That's going to be corporate treasury. That's how we have nice things and hire these devs and do all this stuff. That's income to the business. I'd love to see a lot of that SPS income in particular go to liquidity pools, and we'll work on stuff. But ultimately we're using this to go bring in money so that we can keep developing the game. And hopefully you guys like the fact that we are developing this game. Are we going to get a sneak peek of cards daily when vouchers are up? I don't know. That's not a terrible plan, but I just don't know how far along all of Chaos Legion is. Okay. Don't you think 125 power is way too less for a gold common card? No, I don't. Not at all. In part because we're going to go, I think it's possible we're going to just like adjust the league limits. So will you guys be implementing SPS auto staking? I don't think so. I think it's important for different like tax jurisdictions or wherever else that you get to claim when you want to claim. Are you guys planning to add full art cards? So you've asked that before, and I said it before. I don't know what full art cards mean. Just like there's no frame. I mean, no, we're probably going to keep having frames on these things. Voucher points can be accumulated if I have low SPS staked. Yes, you can go get. We're not dropping like integer values. They can be fractions, so you can earn partial. I think at 100 million staked, you need 3,000 staked for one. I can't do the math in my head while doing this, so maybe somebody else can answer you. But and also it changes. It's like it's not exactly 100 million staked. It'll go up, it'll go down. I'm interested to see how this stuff works. When are SPS delegating and SPS rank rewards being implemented? Sometime after Chaos Legion. Was there a plan to change the free usable cards when you start, so it'll be changed once Chaos Legion packs can be opened? Yes, we're going to move to the more modern one. Who wouldn't be buying SPS right now? I don't know. You guys got to go figure that out on your own. Will people be able to add their own NFTs to the Splinter Talk NFT shop? I'm leaning towards yes. I have the buy-in of the Monster Curator folks. I think I have Nate's buy-in, but I really want to check with Nate. And not just, I don't think it's going to be carte blanche. I think it's going to be like a whitelisted thing, an allow listed thing, and we'll see where it goes from there. Any updates about quest potions? Yes, quest potions continue to be broken, and there's nothing new that will be coming of that in the meantime. When will SPS rewards for ranked battle wins be implemented? Sometime after Chaos Legion. Any eye candy? Nate wasn't here today, so he tends to work late into the night, so he's not really here for like the 9 a.m. ones. How do you get the vouchers? They'll be airdropped to you. Did they mention anything about skins? We haven't really talked about skins too much. Will there be any changes to cards bought with potions, rent rules, etc.? I don't really know what that means. I don't know. That's a very broad question. What happens to the SPS after Chaos Legions were bought with SPS? Does it get burned? No, it does not. That is income to the business. What integrated development environment does Splinterlands utilize? You should have asked that to Matt. I don't know. I'm a sales guy. Have you had the opportunity to visit any of the new Splinterlands Twitch streams that run daily? They seem to be going well with viewers. Additionally, can you confirm, deny the rumor you will be popping by in the Splinterlands HQ 500 follower party later tonight on Twitch? Lots of fabulous giveaways by Gank. I don't know. I'm doing stuff. Maybe we'll see how. I don't know. Gank, message me. But yeah, I'm very actively trying to go gather more people for the whole esports aspect of this. So there you go. Question, if you play both Wild and Modern rank battles, would it be possible to get 2 season end rewards? It's possible. I'm not certain that that's the way that we're going to go. Oh, look, Crypto answer to this. We're mostly in JavaScript. Our official development IDE is VS Code. Thanks, bro. Question, when SBS LP rewards turned on? I know, I want those too, probably after Chaos Legion is released. October, he's saying that SBS is over $1. I can't confirm or deny any of that. Backend is also JavaScript. That's a good question from Answer. Are you going to make the credit payment for Quest Potion available again? No, we are not. It's currently an exploit. Will there be a preview for the Chaos Legion cards? If when, will there be more summoners? Yes, there will be more summoners, and yes, there will be new legendary summoners. That's part of the package reward for the pre-sale. That if you guys are like the big spender and you want your name, face, likeness, or your kids or something like that built into the game, you know, most of the cards that are legendary summoners are actually from players. You know, they help develop those. So not everybody knows that because there's so many new people in here. Lear Deep Swimmer was designed by Neil, Byzantine Kitty from Byzantinist. You know, basically everybody but like Camilla Sungazer and Selenia Sky, and I think there's one other, but almost all of them came from users. When Binance listing? Go ask Binance. I'm not the listing coordinator for them. Can we ban the trolls in chat? I don't know. I don't know. As long as they're not like offensive or breaking rules, I'm a troll personally. I'd prefer not to ban myself. Will the new title, The Legionnaire, be eligible for airdrop? I believe so. I'm not positive. How many points does it give? That question hasn't been answered. Will it be possible to become a Maverick by purchasing Chaos Legion packs? Yes, and my plan is to move it up to 1,000 packs. Can we use potions for Chaos Legion? Yes, you can. Will the starter cards be different for Chaos Legion format? Yes, they will. Will the DEC reward pool be separate for Wild Chaos Legion format, or will they just share the same? It will be separate and additive. We are duplicating the way DEC works for the normal battles, and we're making sure that it works in twice the formats. So we're not taking the pool and cutting it in half. We're taking the pool, doubling it, and putting it to either half. Does third-party websites are allowed to sell Chaos Legion packs? Yes, they are, but there's not really a benefit for that. Although if they're helping people sign up, they can get 5% referral fees. May we please have an AMA push alert in the game or countdown timer with a link on the homepage of the game or ranking? You know, it's a good thing to do. It's just not going to be a high priority for like the next several months. Does a level 1 guild does not get a quest played added to reach to 30? I don't know how to answer that question. Will the same ECR be used on the 2 gameplay modes? I don't know. If you want people staking SPS, why have your tournaments moved to SPS entry, forcing those that want to participate to keep it liquid? You know, there is some fairness to that question. In the long term, it is my plan to go back to DEC for the tournament requirements, but until more of the SPS staking has been built in from the white paper and the general plans, you know, this is one of the things that we could implement early. So for now, it's going to be SPS that you as like the registration fee, but moving forward, it's at some point I'll go back to DEC. That is my plan. It's not a promise, just a plan. Are we going to get a sneak peek of that cards? Yeah, I mean, I tried to get Nate to give a sneak peek. Full art is another rarity from Pokemon. I don't know. I don't know that I'm doing. Maybe we'll do others. I don't know. Matt's talked about like diamond foils or other types of things. We'll see. Maybe that's a thing that we do. There's so many questions. Okay. I have a meeting in 20 minutes, so no more questions. If somebody could start spamming, no more questions, or maybe I need to go force the slow mode. My God, so much. All right, is there any indication of how many packs would we need to be bought to get the airdrop cards? No, because it depends on whether they are. First off, you can get lucky and like buy one pack and get gold foil legendaries. So we don't actually restrict by the number of cards. It's just, there's no guarantee of cards unless you have a certain number of them. Obviously, the more that you have, the better, and the more that you have early, the better. That's how this thing is designed. But there's not like a specific amount. There's specific amounts generally to be guaranteed something, but there's no specific amounts that you have to get. Will the same ECR be used? I don't know. Will the pre-sale Chaos Legion packs remain separate from regular Chaos Legion packs after the pre-sale ends? Or do you lose the bonus or label of double the chance when selling on third-party sites? So the guys that purchase the Chaos Legion packs from the game are the people that receive the airdrop. And then if you sell the packs on secondary markets or give them to a friend or something, the original purchaser will still get the airdrop and the other person just gets the cards that are in the pack. So keep that in mind when you guys are doing third-party market stuff. Will you provide some documentation for the API for third-party developers? I think we do that a fair amount. Like, go look at the Peak Monsters and how we work with them. Well, I think SBS is going to go up, my bud, especially since we're going to be able to purchase packs with SBS now. I don't see it going down. To the moon is the only direction I see. Thanks, Crazy Chicken Boy. We're trying to do what we can to help this entire community in as many different ways as we can. Any plans on adding a rarity better than legendaries? Nothing in the short term. Serious question. Is it possible to restrict high-level league players playing at low-level tournaments because it's so unfair? I felt too unfair losing to guys who had tons of cards, and I even got 1.2 DEC rents at that time. For example, in a silver tournament, only gold, silver, and bronze players can join. So no, the people are able to join, but you'll notice that they actually, in the lower league tournaments, they actually have to pay substantially more than everybody else. And so that's a compromise. If you want to be in there, you can, but you're going to kind of pay through the nose. So we try to get it to the point where the tournament isn't loaded, but if you have the cards, you should be able to play. And that's kind of the compromise that we figured out for that. We'll monitor it and see how it goes over time. The discount for Chaos Legion packs is cumulative or it's bulk for one-time purchase. It's only bulk for one-time purchase. What a nonsense answer from Aggro. Do you have the burn rate of packs already? Doubling the price of them means dividing their deck value in 4. Right, and so there's probably going to be changes to the Chaos Legion, like modern format stuff as a consequence of that. But yeah, I mean, it's a balance of all of these things. We know that parts of that were going to be unpopular, but also parts of that are absolutely necessary so that we don't break the economy, which would be worse. So you'll notice that there's 15 million packs. We have like 22x'd in the last 60 days. So, but we only 10x'd the number of packs. Somehow we had to go find a balance of how many packs are needed to bring on new players, and this is the compromise. So ideally, there's going to be people on all sides that are a little upset, didn't like every little decision that we made, and that's probably a sign that we didn't favor one group or one exact thing entirely. Question, are you planning to remove legendary gold foil potions? No, we like it. Looks like overwhelming questions. You guys save it for the next AMA. No, we're going to keep rolling. Twitch link for the AMA, that's somewhere out there. Will the DEC price per Chaos Legion pack be based on market price? That is the plan, but when it's live on the website, you'll know that that's definitely there. Don't see how $4 is helping the community. If anything, put $3, 2% is too high. Well, there's bonuses, so it's not quite the full $4, but mostly not everybody understands the description of why it was essential. And we looked at that, and Matt and I said, this is essential. We can't just do as much as, we can't just do 40, we couldn't do 30 million packs at $2 without destroying the economy. So we didn't do that. It might have been great for us, but that's not the way that we do it. All right, question, has anyone predicted the value of one voucher on the market, and what is it? No, because you can't determine the amount yet. Question, why did the Cobalt Minor tournament for SBS require more staked SBS? Any justifications about the decision? Yes, so if you go back and scroll up into the official announcements, you can see that we put in a month ago that the amount that you would need to stake is going to be equal to the amount that the tournament awards. So that tournament rewards something like 1,500 SPS, so you need 1,500 SPS staked, and that's just going forward. Frogwaton is still going on about his full art card. I don't know. That's not the next priority. Animated cards is really the next priority. Where can people list their vouchers? Well, vouchers don't exist yet, but the vouchers are going to go live at least in the in like the Hive Engine and Tribal decks. But like Matt said, we're also looking at Pancake Swap and other dexes as well. What else do you guys have here? What is the expected price for the Rift Watchers set? It's probably going to be 3,000 DEC again, but who knows? I mean, those kinds of things are not determined up until the moment that they're there. So it's likely to be the same, but like you saw, like we had to go do changes because of the economy. So we'll get to that point and like see if that still makes sense. All right, I want to call it trolling. I call it fan art. Can you buy pre-sale packs without a voucher? No, you need the voucher. That's the whole part of that. Is it possible to customize cards that you can include country flag and stuff? Yeah, maybe some cosmetic stuff will be coming, but that's not the priority. Will the pre-sale cost $4 plus a voucher or just the voucher? No, it's $4 and a voucher. But remember, you're getting airdrop the voucher. So if you are staking SPS, that's not an additional cost. You just get them. And if you're not staking SPS, then you're probably going to pay a bunch more because there's 400,000 people trying to buy 1 million packs. All right, question. Will the legendary gold potion still be able to be bought with credits? I believe so, yes. Where do you claim airdrops and when will they arrive? It's probably going to be in the same system. I don't know if it's going to be a snapshot thing. Yeah, we have two options. We either do a snapshot or we do it per block. Sort of like we do with SPS. That's a implementation question we haven't gotten to yet, but Matt will make sure that thing is gorgeous. Can you disincentivize people from sending their rent costs so high near the season end, as I'm stuck at low collection power and it doesn't make sense to pay so much for season end chests, which keep me at low collection power and no reason to rank up? No, the rental market is a rental market. Markets are going to market. If you want more power, consider getting some of the reward cards that the bots are farming and are making relatively expensive for you to add to your collection. Will the DEC value at $1 equals 1,000 still be the case when SPS is integrated in the rewards? Well, the game will always accept DEC at $1 per 1,000. I think we're going to accept it at market value. So if it's higher, we'll accept it at a higher price, and if it's lower, we'll always keep it at that $1 because we really want to just make that happen. All right, question, will there be plans to revert the season rewards the highest league achieved instead of the current league? No, we like the current league. That's the whole thing. But you guys can guess who designed Cryptmancer. That's right. BizKitty, you guys are flexing on that. And then Chance the Guy chimes in. Look, like that's 3 people in a row that have their own legendary cards. Boom, boom, boom. Okay, can you reveal the rarity of the pre-sale promo card? Pretty sure that the Plague Doctor is going to be a legendary death summoner, but we're going to go check that. I think that's the plan, but whatever. So, all right, best, need questions. All right, so we got to no more questions. Now you guys are just doing the stuff. Do they have plans for the mixed element Splinter card battle? Probably not. Question, will the quality of the Twitch streams be updated? Yeah, sorry for the difficulty. When Chaos Legion's released, is there any chance to replace the starter packs every new season so newbies enjoy the meta every new season? Probably not. Are the ideas, or someone sell 50,000 USD yesterday in DEC? I don't know how to answer that. Okay. I have 10 more minutes. I'm going to go through whatever's left here. Hopefully we're done with questions. Our boss monsters still planned. 100% boss monsters are still planned. And I made it to the end. Whew. All right, guys. Well, that's the AMA. I'm going to call it here because I'm going to go take a break before my next meeting. I got meetings all day. Really excited to be doing this. You guys are awesome. I'm excited. Chaos Legion is going to go freaking ballistic. I don't know if you guys know that, but there's just no, it's just, I get messages from people that are like, "Hey, I got $60,000," up to like, one guy just told me he's got like $1,000,000. There's just like, people are going to be buying this stuff. There's a lot of excitement around it. Normally, I would tell you please push and shove, but I'm a little bit worried that the FOMO around this is going to be so freaking out of control that I'm actually going to urge you guys, please be cautious, please be calm. There's 400,000 people that are fighting over 1 million cards. There really isn't enough for everybody to get all of the packs that they want. So that's not just to FOMO you, that's to try to level set the expectation that like there's literally not enough for everybody to get as much stuff as they want. So, plan accordingly. If you want to make sure that you get Chaos Legion in the pre-sale, then you're going to want to make sure that you like stake SPS. That's the single best thing you can do, and that's where your vouchers are going to come from. If you stake now, as opposed to like the day before, at least you'll get some of those staking bonuses as that comes at you. So anyways, it's a giant honor to be part of this community. It's a giant honor to work with you guys. Thank you for being patient with us as our servers are exploding because you guys are freaking growing this game. Like I said, we're doubling. We're doubling in September. That's basically here. We're likely to double again in October, but whatever. At this pace, we're pretty easily hitting a million spellbook owners by the end of the year. So, and we're gonna hit like 1 million registered users like in the first week of October, something around there. And I'm still not doing any advertising or any marketing. I get people messaging me all the freaking time, and I keep telling them no because I'm not gonna go push for growth while the servers are having some wonkiness. So the second that that's done, I can really start pushing the pedal to the metal and really trying to set a new pace for growth. So that's kind of my news. That's the stuff that I got for you guys. Sorry for the technical issues, both on the servers and with the audio stuff. But honestly, it's an absolute pleasure to be part of this community. Thank you for being part of it. Thanks for playing our game. And you guys are awesome. That's what I got. Thanks, everybody. Have a great day. And we'll see you 2 p.m. Eastern time a week from today. Thanks all. Bye.